Hello guys, in this lecture we will discuss the variables. So, what is basically a variable? A quantity whose value change during the execution of a program is called a variable. It is represented by a symbol or a name. A variable represents a storage or memory location in the computer memory. Data is stored in the memory location. The name of the memory location, that is, the variable name, remains fixed during the execution of the program, but the data stored in the location may change from time to time. A variable is also known as object in the C language. In C, a variable name consists of alphabets and digits. So there are some rules for assigning the variable names. These are: the first character of the variable name must be an alphabet character. Underscore can be used as the first character of variable name. Blank spaces are not allowed in the variable names. Special characters such as arithmetic operators, hash, etc. cannot be used as a variable name. Reserved words cannot be used. The variable name that is declared once cannot be used again. A variable name declared for one data type cannot be used to declare another data type. The maximum length of a variable name depends upon the compiler of C. So, these were some rules, and let us discuss that C is a case sensitive language. Variables with the same spellings but different case are different variables. For example, the pay and the pay with a small p are two different variables, so you have to take care while declaring a variable. So this was a basic introduction of variables, and we will discuss it in details in the coming lectures, and we will also discuss the data types. Thank you. Hello guys, in this course we will learn the C programming language. So what is basically the C programming language? The C language is a programming language that was developed at AT's and T's Bell Laboratories of USA in 1972. It was designed and written by a man named Dennis Ritchie. So why C seems so popular? The main reason of this is that it is reliable, it is simple, and it is easy to use. Okay, so now we will discuss that why should we learn the C language. Okay, so if we discuss that about this, so no one can learn the C++ or Java directly, as C is basically the base of all the other programming languages, and the C is among the simplest language. The syntax of C and C++ have a minor changes, and both of the language are almost the same. So where the C language is written, a software called compiler is used to write the C programming code, and dev C++ is the most popular compiler. The others are turbo C++, sky IDLE, and boolean C++, etc. So we will use the dev C++ language, so because it is simply simple. So from where should we get it? So simply we can download it from Google. Okay, so thanks for watching my video. Hello guys, in this lecture we will study the structure of C programs. So C consists of three main parts: the preprocessor directives, the main function, and the C statements. Preprocessor directives: the instructions that are given to the compiler before the beginning of the actual program are called preprocessor directives. They are also known as compiler directives. The preprocessor directive consists of instructions for the compiler. The compiler adds special instructions or code from the preprocessor directives into the program at the time of compilation. The preprocessor directive is normally stored with the sign number hash and the keyword include or define. So the next comes the header file. Header file is a C source file that contains definition of library functions and objects. Header files are added into the program at the time of compilation of the program. A header file is added if the function or object defined in it is to be used in the program. The preprocessor directive include is used to add a header file into the program. The name of the file is written in the angle brackets after hash include directive. It can also be written in double quotes. C has large number of header files in which the library functions are defined. The header file must be included in the program before calling its function in the program. A single header file may contain a large number of built-in library functions. For example, the IO streams has definition of different built-in input and output objects and function. And the next come the main function. The main function indicates the beginning of a C program. The main function must be included in every C program. When a C program is executed, the control goes directly to the main function. The statements within the function are the main body of the C program. If main function is not included, the program is not compiled and an error message is generated. You can see the syntax of the main function. It is main, then brackets, and then curly bracket starts. Then we write the program statements and the curly braces close. Thanks for watching the video. Hello guys, in this lecture we will discuss the declaration of variables. Assigning the name and data type that a variable can hold is called declaration of variables. All variables that are used in a program are declared using variable declaration statement. Let's suppose we want to declare a variable a of data type integer. So we will write the data type first, that is integer, then the name of the variable, that is a, and then we will end it up with a semicolon. So this is the basic syntax of declaration of a variable. Similarly, for using the floating point, we can use the float variable, and similarly for writing a character we can choose the character type of data. So now we will discuss the arithmetic operators. Positive sign means plus sign is used for addition, minus sign is used for subtraction, static sign is used for multiplication, forward slash is used for division, and percent is used for remainder. So these are the five basic arithmetic operators that are used in the C language. The arithmetic operators are basically the symbols that represents the arithmetic operations. They are used in the arithmetic expressions. Each arithmetic operator operates upon two numeric values, that is, the constants or the variables, and returns a value. And we have discussed the arithmetic operators above. So this was the basic introduction to the arithmetic operators and the declaration of variable. And in the further lecture we will discuss the other things that are left in the programming, that is it basically includes the input and output statements and much more. So thanks for watching my video. Hello guys, in this lecture we will discuss the data types in C. So what is a data type? The variable type specifies the type of data that can be stored in it. Each variable is declared by its type. So C basically have 5 basic data types. These are int, float, double, char and bool. Int is for integer, float is for floating point, double is for double precision, char is for character, and bool is for boolean. The first 4 data types are also available in C++ language, and this bool is only available in C++, while the other 4 data types are available in the C language. And a bool is a new data type that is only present in the C++ compiler. So now we will discuss the data types in detail. I will give you a brief explanation of these data types. The int data type represents the integer type data. It is used to declare an integer type variable. An integer is a whole, that is a number without a fraction or decimal point. For example, -32768 is a integer data type. Similarly, a positive integer is also used here. There are 3 types of integer: short int, long int, and unsigned int. The next is the float. The float represents the real or floating type data. The real data type is represented in decimal or exponential form. For example, 23.26, 16.21, 0.56, etc. Similarly, the float also have few types: long float data, the double float data. So we will discuss these in the further lectures. Double is the type of the float, and char is for character, means char stands for character and is used to declare a character. So we will discuss all of these in the further lectures in details. This was a brief introduction. Thank you. Hello guys. In this lecture we will discuss the basic input and output structures. So the statements that are used to get data and then to assign it to the variables are known as input statements. The statements that are used to receive data from the computer memory and then send it to the input devices are called the output statements. So the commonly used input and output statements are printf for the for the output, and scanf for the input. So let's discuss the printf statement. So you can see the syntax of the printf. It's written printf, then braces start, inverted commas, and then the whatever we want to print on the screen, that is written in between these inverted commas, and then bracket close, and then semicolon. So for example, we want to print hello world on the screen, so we will write printf, then braces start, in between the inverted commas we will write hello world, and then braces closed, and we will end up with a semicolon. So this means that it will print the only word hello world, and the rest of the command will be skipped. So this is only to tell the compiler that we want to print the hello world. So the result will be printed as hello world. The printf and the other things will be ignored. So this is the structure of the printf, and the printf is predefined object. It is used as an output statement to display the output on the computer screen. It is the part of stdio.h, that is the preprocessor directives, as we have discussed in the previous lecture. So the next is the scanf. The scanf is basically used to give take an input from the users. So you can see the syntax of the scanf on the screen. The syntax of the scanf is scanf And then this similar as it I have discussed in the printf, braces start, and in between the inverted commas we will write the format specifier. So what is format specifier? I will tell you in the next slides that what is format specifier. And then after the format specifier we will put a comma, and then we will write the address. What is the address? The address is basically an AND operator, and the AND will and after the AND we will write the variable name to which we want to assign the value. For example, we have declared a variable a, so we have write int a because it is an integer type. Then we have type scanf. Then in between the inverted commas and the braces we have type %d, that is a format specifier. I will tell you what is it in the next slides. Then we put a comma, and then and because we want to make an address of the a to the variable a. And then the inverted commas have been closed before the address, and then we will close the braces, and then we will put a semicolon. So when an input statement is executed, the computer waits to receive an input from the keyboard. When a value is typed and enter is pressed, the value is assigned to the variable and the control shifts to the next statement. And scanf is also the part of the stdio header file, that is a preprocessor directive. So these are the format specifiers. As I have discussed that how to use it, the use of the format specifier has been told in the scanf, so I will explain it. Let's suppose we have declared a variable, as in the previous slide it was an integer type. So in order to take input from the user, and that input is, let's suppose, an integer type, so we will type %d in the place in between the inverted commas where I have wrote format specifier, and then we will place a comma, and then we will add the address of the variable. So in the previous example it was an integer type variable named a, so in between the inverted commas after the scanf we will type %d, and then we will place an inverted comma, and then we will place a simple comma, and then we will write the address of the variable, that is a. The next is unsigned, which means if we want to declare only a positive integer, so we will use unsigned, and a %u is used. Long is basically for long integer if we want to take a long integer type data, and %ld will be used for this. Float is for decimal points, as I have told you before, and %f is used for float data type. Double is for double float, and similarly the next is character, and %c is used for character. So the next is escape sequences. So what is basically an escape sequence? So the escape sequences are special non-printing characters that are used to control the printing on the output device. These characters are not printed, these are used inside the string constants independently. These are written in single or double quotes. For example, if we want to print a single quote, so we will type \single quote. For double quote we will type \double quote. For typing a question mark we will type question mark. For a single backslash we will type double backslash. Keep in mind that we will use a backslash in all of these, not forward slash, okay? So the if we want to make a beep sound, so we will use \a. If we want to make a backspace, then when we will type \b. For next line we will type \n. For overwrite the complete line we will type \r. And \t is used for for the tab, that is 8 spaces actually. The next is comment. So if we want to add a comment in the code that is not printed on the screen, but it is only readable to the type to the programmer or to the who is typing the code. So for adding a comment we use // and then we type our comment. So this was a basic introduction, and we will discuss it all of these in the further lectures in detail, and we will do it practically. Thank you. Yeah, guys, it's me Salman Khan, and in this lecture, we will study the relational operators. So, what is the relational operators? The operators that are used to specify a relation between two expressions or values are known as relational operators. So, these are, I think, seven in numbers. Oh, sorry, not seven. These are six in numbers. Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and not equal to. And you can see this the syntax or the characters that are used in the compiler in front of your screen. So similarly you can see that, let's suppose we will discuss the last one, not equal to. So an exclamation mark and equal to is used for this purpose. For typing a single equal to, we will type double equal to, so the compiler will pick up only one equal to. Similarly, all of these are very simple, and you should have a look on these on your screen, and you can easily understand it. And let's explain a few of them. Okay, leave them. I will tell you all of these in the next lecture in details, as I'm just giving you a brief introduction of these. So the next is assignment operators. So what is basically assignment operators? For example, we want to type a is equal to a plus 1, so we will type a plus is equal to 7. This means the same as a is equal to a plus 1. So if we want to type a minus a is equal to a minus 7, so we will type a minus is equal to 7. For multiplication, a is equal to a multiplies 7, so instead of writing the whole, we will type in shortcut a static is equal to 7. For revision purpose, we will use a divided by, or a forward slash is equal to 7, which means a is equal to a forward slash 7 means a divided by 7. The next is for remainder. A remainder is equal to 7. This means that a is equal to a remainder 7. So this was a basic introduction, and thank you. Hello guys. So in this lecture, we will type a small program in the compiler dev C++, and this is the practical of our programming. So before this, I have only discussed the theoretical. Now I will do it practical. So after installing the dev C++ from the internet, you will double click on the shortcut icon, and this is the front page of the compiler. So for creating a new page, we will move on to file, new, and then source file. A shortcut of this is control N. So now what we will do, first of all, as we have discussed before, the first part of the program is the preprocessor directives. So I will type the preprocessor directives first of all, that is hash include stdio.h, and in between the angular brackets. In the next line, I will type hash include conio.h, that is conio.h, which means console input output, and h is the extension. In the next line, I will declare a function that is main function with a data type integer, int main, and then empty parenthesis, and after then curly braces start. And in the next line, we will type the whatever code we want to type over here. So let's suppose we want to we want to print a statement on the screen. So for this purpose, as I have discussed in the previous lecture, we will type printf, and then we will place parentheses, and in between the inverted commas, I will write the statement whatever I want to print on the screen. Here I want to print, this is my first program on the screen, so I will write the whole program over here. And in this the purpose of this course is just to type the blue one statement, that is, this is my first program. So after then, I will type a semicolon at the end. So I want to tell the compiler that this is a complete statement. Now what I have to do is to compile this. So how will I compile this? I will press Ctrl F9. It is a shortcut key, or I can go to execute portion and then F9. So the F9 is the shortcut key, and I will click the compile, and here I can see that it is showing zero errors and zero warning. And the statement that I wanted to print on the screen was printed, that is, this is my first program. So this was a very simple technique, and you can see here again that I forgot it to type the semicolon, and then I compiled, so it showed an error over here, that is the tokens and semicolon, before token semicolon, whatever it is written, it is missing. And after placing it back and then I compile it, it showed zero error and zero warnings, and then it will run the program. This is my first program. So I wanted to print only this one statement. For this purpose I wrote it the whole code, that is a program. So you have to practice it. I will also upload some quizzes and you will have to answer of these. If you have any question, you are free to ask. Hello guys. In this lecture, I will tell you the use of the escape sequences that we have discussed in the previous lecture. So, how can we use the escape sequence in our program? So, I will tell you it in this lecture. So, for this purpose, first of all, as I have told you before, you will use the dev C++ compiler. So, I will open the dev C++ compiler by double clicking it. Now, what I have to do is to open a new page and type the preprocessor directives, that is hash include stdio.h. In the next line, I will type the console input output header file with an extension of .h, and in the next line, I will type int main and empty parenthesis, and then curly braces starts, and in between the curly braces I will type the printf statement, that is printf parenthesis, and in between the inverted commas I will write this is my first program. So what I have to do is to use the escape sequence over here. If I want to print two different statements, and I want to print the two different statements in the same printf extension or statement, and I want that it should be printed in two separate lines on the screen when I compile it. So how will I do it? So for this purpose, if I want to type that I love C language, and so I won't press an enter and move it to the next line, so that it should be printed as the same as I have done it over here. So for this purpose I will add an escape sequence, that is black backslash n, as I have discussed before, that it is for a new line. This means that the program, that the statement that I have written after the backslash n will move on automatically to the next line. So this one printf statement will be printed in two lines. This is my first program will be printed in the first line, and in the second line, in the next line, I love C language will be printed in the next line. So let's run it. Okay, yes. First of all I will save it. Okay, yes, saved. Okay, so here you can see that there is an error. What is basically the error? The error, let me see, the error is yeah, sorry, here is no errors, it was mistakenly. Sometime the compiler do something like that, as it is an old language, so and also an old version of compiler. So here you can see that the code that I have written in this same line has been printed in two separate line. So this was the use of backslash n, which is an escape sequence. Similarly, we will use the remaining escape sequence as well with the time being, as we will do practice on the all of the other topics of the C language. Hello guys. In this lecture, we will discuss the assignment statement. So, what is basically the assignment statement? The statement that is used to assign a value to a variable is called the assignment state, as its name represents that it is used to assign any value to any variable. The assignment statement evaluates an expression and then assigns its value to a variable. The assignment operator is equal to is used to assign a calculated value to a variable. The expression is written on the right side of the assignment operator. The variable to which the value of expression is to be assigned is written on the left side of the assignment operator. So let us discuss the syntax of the assignment operator. Let me show you here first. So let's suppose we have a variable. Let us declare it int variable. Okay, so as we have discussed before that how to declare a variable if you don't know how to do it, so you may watch the previous videos, or if you still have problem, so you can contact me through messages. So we have declared the variable name variable, and it is an integer type. And so let us assign if we want to assign some value to this variable, so what we will do, we will add an is equal to sign after this variable. This is equal to is basically the assignment operator, and then we will write the expression. What is meant by this expression? This expression is basically the value that we want to assign to this variable. Let me write it v so that it may be easy to differentiate between variable and v. So let's suppose we want to assign a value, let's suppose 7. So we have assigned the value 7 to this variable v. Okay, so let me explain it further by writing it in the C compiler. Don't save. Okay, I will double click on the dev C++. Control new for the new document, and we will add the header files. Sorry, here is the header file, then the main function, curly braces start. Okay, first we will declare the variable int. Let's suppose we declare a variable name a, and we also want to declare another variable name b. So now we want to assign any two values to these variables a and b. So let's suppose I want to assign a value 5 to the variable a. So I will write the variable name, that is a is equal to, this is equal to is basically the assignment operator, and then I will write the value, that is 5. Similarly, I want to assign a value, let's suppose 9 to the variable b. So I will write the name of the variable, that is b, and then I will write the expression, that is 9. Okay, so this is how to assign any value to the variable. And now if we want to print this, so we will write printf, as we have discussed in the previous lecture, that how to print something. And I will write the name of the variable, or if I want to print something, that let's suppose I want to print the first value. Okay, here we will learn one thing more, how to print these values that we have assigned to these variables. So as we know that 5 and 9 are the integer type data values. So as we have discussed in the previous lecture, that person d is used for integer type. So here we will write the person d, because after this inverted commas we will call back the variable, that is a. semicolon, and similarly we will print the second value as well, %d, and then b. I know that you are not able to understand that why I have added the %d over here, but in the further lectures I will clearly explain that why to use and how to use. Uh, as this lecture is only about the assignment statement, and in this lecture we have to discuss and understand that how to assign an expression to a variable. So we will focus on our topic. So this is how to print it. Here is a minor mistake. Print f, and now I will run it. Execute, run. Yes, save. Here it is printed.